Atari rocks. Cool logo.
I'm Craig Metchick, character modeler.
Hi, I'm Hui Win, programmer on Toy.
And I'm Sean Craig, another programmer at Troika Games, and we're here to show you Temple of Elemental Evil, an old-school RPG that is the first game to use the Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 rule set. It's based on the classic Gary Gygax module. And
now we're closing into the Moat House Swamp.
These are our giant frogs we have in the game with procedural tongues.
Yeah, those tongues took forever to get working right.
Lee did our tongues. He's our tongue guy.
It's the tongue guy, huh?
See, there's a guy trapped right there. You can see him flailing about, unable to move.
Grappled.
Grapple, right. What you're seeing is across the top of the screen, we have our initiative bar that shows whose turn it is and what order everybody goes.
There was an attack right there, attack of opportunity.
We have included...
Oh, yeah, grapple again.
We swallowed right there. So right now he's digesting inside the frog's stomach.
Like acid damage.
Right, taking acid damage every round.
Gastric.
So this is like one of the first main encounters you fight. So frogs are actually fairly tough.
Now they're moving into the Moat House Tower.
Yeah, then we kick those frogs' butts.
Yeah.
So here we have a giant spider.
Will poison you if you're not careful. So
And that person just got poisoned.
Yeah, spider's just one of many monsters we got in the game.
we've got ooh, ouch, over 160 monsters in the game. And we also have different variations. You know, monsters can wield different weapons, just like the player can.
I think here we're fighting those brigands that were originally hiding underneath an archway.
Yeah, we moved them out in the open so you can fight them better. It's a little less dramatic, but more fun.
A little bit more visible and.
You can see there the movement indicator shows how far you can go in a particular turn.
I think these brigands are actually taking simultaneous combat turns right here.
One of the complaints people have about turn-based is that it's too slow-paced. So what we've done is that we've allowed monsters with adjacent initiatives whose attacks aren't going to affect each other to basically attack at once. So that speeds everything up.
These guys are pushovers. Look at them, they're dropping like flies.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a cool zoom effect.
They were no match for the half-orc barbarian.
Yeah.
Who just went into rage right now.
Craig's the guy who always wants to make the game harder. You know, the encounters are never tough enough for Craig. So if you ever get into an encounter that's really difficult, you've got Craig to thank for it.
Yeah,
so.
Thank him for the difficulty of the game.
No problem. Just trying to make it fun.
Oh yeah, he's got rage on right now. Is that rage or is that something else?
That's rage. That's barbarian rage.
Awesome.
One of the main things barbarians can do is get angry. We've got all of the 11 classes from the Dungeons & Dragons rule set. We all play Dungeons & Dragons ourselves. You know, we're playing around the office a couple times a week to get a feel for the game, for those of us who haven't played.
I think those guys have Bless casted on them right now. It's just one of a billion spells in the game. I think over 200. Long, sleepless nights.
He knows exactly how many spells there are in the game because he coded every single one of them.
That snake is huge.
Yeah, we got a lot of big monsters in the game. You know, get a sense of scale.
Oh, what are we
We've
doing
got
here?
ogres, we've got
Oh, look at that.
giants, we've got ettins.
That was cool.
I'll tell you more about that. They also have lots of polygons too.
Ah, yeah.
Because we're using a 3D characters on a 2D background.
Right.
Yeah, you're keeping that poly count down, right? Yeah, nicely done.
Allows for a lot more animation.
Oh, look at the slimes.
Like a slime.
I love the slimes. How'd you make them like shimmer like that?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
They're all slimy.
Yeah,
It's a vertex animation.
that's cool. So I think if you take this, yeah, there it is. That was the gun concealed.
They pop down out of the ceiling like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Green Slime's classic Dungeons & Dragons monster. You know, and if you play D&D for any amount of time, you're gonna have at least one character.
Speaking of classic,
Slimed.
I think we're moving on to another classic battle.
Well, not quite yet.
Well, first treasure. You know.
Oh, that's right. You gotta loot first.
Yeah, treasure is important.
So what are we gonna find in here?
We've got a ton of magic items in the game. You can even make your own if you're a wizard and you take those feats. You can manufacture your own magic items. You can even name them. So if you want to have a sword, you know, named Null Killer or named that, you know.
So these are the cloaks that can disguise you as part of the Temple Guard.
Right. One of the trademarks of Troika Games in general is that there's always dialogue solutions and ways you can maneuver and finagle your way out of situations. Yeah. So in this case, what we're doing is disguising ourselves as Temple Guards to get past Lubash, the Ogre Guardian, which we'll meet in a second as soon as these zombies get taken care of.
I think that was one of the first things Tim wanted to get working there, the cloak and the trickery.
Yeah, Tim's all about that stuff. Tim's always about multiple ways through the game, multiple alignments. You can play the game as an evil party. You can play the game as a good party. You can play the game as chaotic.
Trip attack.
Oh, Trip Attack's one of your favorites, isn't it?
But it. Oh.
Well, maybe next time. One of Craig's favorite techniques is to trip one of the main guys and then surround him with other characters, and then when they stand up, everybody gets a free attack on them.
Oh, we got Blue Bash.
Bluff skill.
Right, you gotta bluff him into him thinking that you're a part of the Temple Guard.
Now, it's a shame that we can't really include this, I don't think, but originally Tim did the voiceover for Blue Bash, and was, I'd say intriguing, but I'd also say hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. We redid it with professionals.
Yeah.
But Tim doing Lou Bash is pretty funny. It's almost the same voice he uses when he's trying to get us to work harder.
Oh, right there we passed a secret door that no longer exists. So that's the one instance where we changed the module a little bit, just to make the game a little bit more playable. And
Gary Gygax, when he first wrote the module, 20 odd years ago.
so where are we going now?
Now we're moving on to an area where there are some gnolls. The gnolls lair.
You're talking to these guys too.
And if you don't have any dialogue skills, you can opt to pay your way through the game. He's willing to offer some information on the master of the dungeon, so you can bribe him, and he will tell you his location, which you can check on your map.
Where is it? I don't see it.
It's the red flag.
There we go. That was the exterior,
Let me see.
first level. There we go. So we're looking for the master.
Yes.
He must be a badass.
Now we're moving along into the deeper into the dungeon, and different options to go. We go into the cave with the shallow water, not knowing what to expect, and a giant crayfish.
This is the last time you played a game with a giant crayfish.
This thing's huge.
That's not one of your traditional D&D modules. It's one in the original module, and we tried to stick to the original module as close as possible. If you had the original copy of Temple of Elemental Evil, you could follow along with the map as you played.
I think one of your favorite strategies, Greg, is to charm the crayfish, take him around, beat it, but everyone else.
Right, if you had a druid with your party, you could actually get it to join.
You can have 5 party members that you control, and you can also get up to 3 more, either guys you meet in the village and talk into accompanying you, or animal companions, or that kind of thing.
Well, here we are at the final area of this dungeon, and talking to the sergeant. And I guess the dialogue was ended quickly as he chose to fight.
Fighting's always good.
See, the yellow area is the threat range of that person with the polearm.
Yeah, that was huge.
Adds to the strategy of weapons with different threat ranges, so you can decide how you want to use that tactically. See, we got a pretty big combat here. There's a lot of people fighting.
So this is all leading up to fighting Lareth. What do we go to?
Yeah, there's
That was
actually,
critical hit.
we're not going to tell you how to do it on the commentary, but there is a way you can talk Lareth into joining your party when you finally confront him. And he'll accompany you onto the next dungeon and be another part of your arsenal.
So not only you can defeat the boss, you can actually have the boss join the party.
That's right.
There are a lot of guys attacking right now. See, all those guys just took their turns. I just gestured.
Yeah, you're not going to see your gesture.
Yeah, I can still do it.
It looks like someone's ready to cast a spell here, maybe?
I'm sweating here, so don't mind me. I had some deodorant up. Pretty sure.
We're all kind of huddled around the microphone, sort of close quarters.
Color spray.
Right, there you can see how you can pick exactly which opponents you want to be affected by your spell, precision targeting.
Wanted to thank Atari for letting us do this.
On behalf of the rest of the Troika team out here, I'd like to thank everyone. Thanks for the pizza.
And thanks for watching, guys, and hope you guys enjoy the game when it comes out in September.